Hi guys, I'm back with another video. Today I'm going to focus on your feeling states and how to become aware, to choose your feeling states, to stay there, and to know how to get into one if you maybe are struggling with being affected by the 3D, and how to select the version inside, or at least the feelings, the beliefs, and maybe the visualizations or the words that'll get you there. So the tool or the way to get to the feeling state is not as important as getting to the feeling state, solidifying it, and then detaching. What is most transformative is when you are no longer living from your reflection, when you're no longer living from what you're having reflected back, unless you're using it as feedback on what you want to change. So let's get into the feeling states and how to get there. So if you know, or if you're new to this, maybe the most popular is visualizing and affirming. When you're visualizing and you're in your imagination, if you have good awareness of your mind, of the direction of your mind, then you can visualize and get into the feeling, I think quite literally super easy, because you're doing the act of having it in your mind already, and it's gonna produce feelings. Once it produces feelings, let's take a relationship, for example. We'll get really specific here. When you visualize yourself in the desired relationship or with the desired person, what feelings are going to come up for you? Are you going to feel content? Are you going to feel peaceful? Maybe joy, connection, love? What feelings will come up for you specifically and personally inside? Now, everyone's going to feel differently about how they feel when they're with their person that they desire. Some people might feel secure or stability or calm, safety, valued. Whatever it is that you feel about your relationship, that's the feeling that you want to get into. Once you get into that feeling and you know that it's done and you visualized you with the person, or you affirmed you with the person and what you desire, and you have a confident feeling as if it's solidified, and you're going to know because there'll be no more longing. You're not going to long for the outcome. You're not going to be waiting for the outcome. You're going to feel really secure inside. That's the best way to explain it, is that you're not going to have to, and you can do the visualization often if you want, even after you feel secure, just to, renew it or whatever, but you don't have to. Once it's solidified and it's done, that goes out and it has no choice but to reflect back. Like your shadow has no choice but to reflect back. So once you solidify that feeling state, then you can move on to the next thing. What else are you working on? Are you working on maybe a lump sum of money, someone giving you something, maybe a house? Let's take a house, for example. I remember when I was manifesting houses, I always would pick a red maple tree in front of the house. And all three of my houses have had red maples. And I would know the energy of how I would feel before I had the house. And sometimes the house would not be in the exact neighborhood or town that I desired, but I would know how it felt when I found and I was in the house. Like the energy just felt right. It's kind of like when you're with a person and the connection and the energy just feels right. So that's why there's also that detachment piece that you get into the feeling state, but then you detach of how, where, when, and all that, because you don't want to block something that is, going to come in. And so you kind of have to let it go when you feel like it's solid inside. Your logical mind is going to try to persuade you that this is not real, this is not what's happening in your reality right now. Other people outside of you might try to deter you as well. Don't go into logistics, because your mind can't understand that everything is energy. We are a soul, we are consciousness, and the ego and the logical mind doesn't know the power that is held within. So just let those thoughts go, or if they try to challenge you, you just say, nope, I already have this, it's done, and you can revisit until the thoughts change. That's the other thing, is you're going to know your state is solid when your thoughts start to line up with your new assumption. And your new assumption could be, I'm in a loving, committed relationship. And then your logical mind might be saying, well, you're not really in a loving, committed relationship. It's not here yet. And then you just, yes, it is, because I've solidified it inside my mind. So it is here, I can feel it, and then it's going to be coming and reflecting back into the 3D. So you see that you feel it first. You feel the relationship, you feel the energy of the house, you feel the energy of being secure. What does a house provide you? Security, stability. How would you feel? Excited? Everyone's going to have different feelings, but you have the power within you to get into these feeling states, to know what it feels like, to select that version inside. And remember, everything is from the relationship from within. Everything is how we are relating to ourselves inside, what we're saying to ourselves inside all day long is what we're going to see from everything coming back to us. So if you want relationship coaching, then, I am available. That's what I focus on, because whatever version we're inside choosing of ourselves is what we're going to be showing up in the 3D, and that's also what we're going to be getting back from someone else. If you find it difficult to get into the state and stay there, continue with it until it feels normal, until it feels like it's done. And if you need assistance, like I said, I am available. I just put some new coaching packages on my YouTube channel. I'm going to upload this there as well. But you're going to know before, you're going to feel it. I remember when I was, manifesting someone, and also, like I said, houses and doing spiritual work, whatever it was, I felt it before it came in. It almost feels like an intuitive knowing when you solidify it, and you don't have to really revisit it unless you just desire to. So select the version, select the feeling, and get comfortable there. Persist, be committed, watch your mental diet, watch what you're allowing to be said, and not being swayed by your logical mind, by other people. Be careful of the content and the energy that you're consuming. You don't want too many challenging things coming at you while you're working on this, because you're changing and creating a new belief system. And sometimes it can take 1 day, 3 days. It depends how committed you are and how focused your mind is. But that's it for now. I'll be back with another video. I think I'm going to do detachment again, because I know that's really popular and it's really the end step, that's important.